Hello everybody, it's Mick from Jester Bushcraft, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you the kit that I would have been using for my up and coming wild camp, and also the changes I made to my kit after just one wild camp. My first wild camp, my first night at height, which was Helm Crag. If you've seen that video, I've made some changes and this is the kit I would have been taking had we not been in lockdown, but unfortunately we are. So I thought it was a good opportunity to just go through my kit, show you what I've got, show you what I'm using, and show you what I've changed. If this is your first time to the channel and you enjoy wildlife, nature and outdoor related videos, then why not consider clicking on the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to click on that bell icon so you don't miss out on my next video. So like I mentioned, I was due to go on a wild camp next week. Unfortunately, as we're now in a second phase of lockdown, I've not been able to do that, so I thought it was an ideal opportunity to just show you all the kit that I'm using at this particular moment in time. I've only done one wild camp, and I've made some changes already, and that's what I'm going to be going through today. What I have done is, it's a bit geeky this, I've created this spreadsheet which lists all the kit that I think I'll need, and you can see it's color coded, and that is relevant to the different dry sacks that I've got generally. The black, the blue, all the different dry sacks are all color coded, and that just shows you what I've got in each bag. So it just makes it easy for me to know that I've got it out ready, and then when I've packed it in my rucksack I'll do another little tick on the list. So that's just my little geeky checklist. This is the sleeping bag that I used on my first wild camp. It's the Alpkit Sky High 700. It's a down bag, and as you can see, it's in its I don't know what you call this, loft bag. This is what it's always better to keep your rucksack, keep your sleeping bags in a bag like this, so it keeps lofted and it's not all the feathers aren't all compressed down. But when I put it in my rucksack, I have it in this carry more. It's a medium. I think it's 15 litres, I think, but that's just right for my sleeping bag, and it packs down really small. With it being a down bag, it does compress really small. That was great on my first wild camp, really warm, so yeah, I've no issues with that. I'll be taking that on my next wild camp. So that's my sleeping bag. The next bag I've got is another carry more 15 litre, and looking at my checklist, I've got the green one there. I've put a little 1 on the end, which is my first dry bag. Number 2, so in this one I've got my fleece or wool jumper. I haven't got a fleece, so I will be getting a fleece. So at the moment I've got a 100% wool jumper. I've got an army smock, which is like a windproof layer. I've got my thermals for sleeping in at night. That's a change I've made from my last wild camp. In my last wild camp, all I slept in was basically what I hiked in that was dry. I had a merino wool long sleeve t-shirt and my walking leggings, and just a pair of socks on my undies, of course. But I thought in future I want to be able to change out of my walking gear, just change into something fresh, just to be 100% sure I'm going to be sleeping in something dry. So I've now got some thermals in there. It's basically long johns, top and bottoms, spare clothes, socks, undies, stuff like that. And also, it's not actually here, it's not actually in there, is my Montane down jacket that you've probably seen me wearing on nearly all my recent videos. I really like it. Unfortunately, during my last wild camp, it was absolutely soaked. I made the mistake of wearing it under my waterproofs, which weren't great, and it got wet. So obviously down, when it's wet, it doesn't perform. So that is a change I've made. That's something I've learned. I've learned so much on that last wild camp. So that will be going in here. It packs down really small, and it'll go in that bag, keeping it dry. So when I get to camp, I can change into a warm, lightweight jacket. This is my sleeping kit. So in here I have, again, Alp kit again. I do like Alp kit gear. This is the Cloud Base sleeping mat. I found that to be good. It was comfy. I did get a few cold spots coming through. So what I've done, been out, somebody suggested having a foil mat under the sleep mat, just a cheap one. So this is again Carrymore. It's just a thin foam mat with a foil back to it, and I sleep on top of the foil. The Cloud Base mat goes on top of that. That'll not only protect this from any sharp objects coming through the ground sheet that I may have missed, it will also reflect my body heat, hopefully, back up. I've yet to try that, but that is another change I've made for a few quid. It's lightweight, and that just straps underneath the bottom of my rucksack. On the previous wild camp, I had some thin foam, really thin foam, that I just put down that I hoped would stop any cold coming through. I'm not sure it worked that great, and it packed down to probably the similar size to that. So that is another change I've made that I hope will make a big difference. Another purchase I've made, it's a bit bulky, but in the morning when I woke up, when I was up on Helm Crag, there was a bit of damp in the bottom of the tent. Now whether that had come through the ground sheet or whether it was just condensate, I don't know. And the bottom of my sleeping bag was a bit damp. So what I decided to do is buy a Gore-Tex bivy bag, which will not only add a few more degrees to my warmth, it will also, I'm going to put this and the Cloud Base air mattress inside the bivy bag, and then the sleeping bag on top of that. So it's one contained sleeping package, unit, call it what you like, all kept together. So if I move around in the tent, which I did, and I found myself just sliding off the mat, or the mat would slide to one side, and I was always straightening everything up. I'm hoping this will keep everything together, give me some extra warmth, and protect me from any damp or whatever, rain coming in, whatever it is, will protect me from that and keep the sleeping bag nice and dry and warm. So that's something. It's a bit bulky, a bit of weight. I probably could have got a lighter one, but it's an army one, British Army. I know it's going to be good, and also I can use it in the summer months if I want to do some bivy bag wild camps. So that's why I went for that, and I got it for quite a good price as well. And my last sleeping item is this. Now this I think is going to make a massive difference. I didn't take a pillow with me on the last wild camp. I used one of these. This is what I thought was going to be perfect. I just put a bit of air in, fastened it up, and I thought that's going to be ideal. Really comfy, great. I don't have to take anything extra, no extra pillows. No, for me it didn't work. I am a pillow sleeper. I thought that was going to be adequate. It wasn't. You put your head on there and all the air blows to that end, and you go there and all the air blows to that end. I couldn't quite get the right, obviously that's too much. If I let it just didn't work. I didn't have a great night's sleep, and I think part of it was because I didn't have a decent pillow. I ended up screwing I think it was a jumper up, which was a bit damp, which wasn't ideal, wrapping it inside the hood of my sleeping bag to try and make a pillow, and that I did drift off after that. So I thought, it's time to invest in a pillow. I'd heard about these. Well, you can see the size of it. I can probably get it smaller. It's a Trekology, a Loft pillow, Deluxe. It's inflatable, but it's got a removable cover, removable cotton cover. It's a bit tricky to get out. That's washable, so it's quite a good size. It blows up really easy. Plays a tune as well. So you can see there, it's got a nice soft cover to it, and it's contoured. It's slightly contoured. I don't know if you can see that. It's got like a wedged. The actual bag is attached, and that just tucks inside. And that's a good size, good thickness, and I might show you later how it fits into my sleeping bag with the mat. It just fits perfect. So I've got my sleeping mat comes to there, and then this, and it all sits inside the hood of my sleeping bag, and it's absolutely perfect. So I'm really pleased with that, and I'm hoping that's going to be make a massive difference. So yeah, Trekology, that's made by. I will put links in the description for stuff like this, and then it just goes to nothing, and then you just pack it away in the little bag. So that's the sleeping section. This was a big purchase. My waterproofs weren't great. Again, on the last wild camp, I learned so much, like I keep saying, and this was one of them. I had a Montane Pertex sort of pack light jacket, thin jacket. It's great for just throwing on in a shower. It's brilliant, but for the amount of time I was out in the consistent rain that I was in, I was just soaked. So my parents, my birthday's coming up soon, 4th of December, and Christmas as well, obviously. My parents said they would buy me some new waterproofs. They said, just go out, find what you want, go and get it, and we'll get them for you. So I did quite a bit of research, and I ended up going for, I do like Montane, but this one got good reviews, and I just like the fit of it, the look of it, features on it. So this is Rab. It's a Rab Gore-Tex jacket. It's the medium for me. It's a GTX Kangri. I think that's the model. What I liked about it is the pockets are fitted higher up the jacket, so if you're wearing a rucksack, the belt doesn't get in the way of the pockets. Some jackets, the pockets are just in the normal place, and it's tricky to get into the pockets when you're wearing the rucksack. So that's what I liked. I like the hood. I just liked it. It wasn't cheap, but I'm hoping that's going to be a really good investment. So that's a new waterproof jacket. To go with that, I just come over here. My waterproof trousers, which I've had probably 20 years, 25 years, maybe more. Blimey. They were okay. They were fine. Bit baggy and flappy. They weren't great. So, again, I did some research. I didn't get the trousers to go with the jacket. I did buy Rab again. But these are the Kinetic range, which is it's not the same. You can hear that rustle. This isn't quite as, it's stretchy material. It's waterproof, it's breathable, it's stretchy, and you can just wear these as pants, but they're waterproof. So I could wear these, keep them on, not have to, if it stops raining, take my waterproof leggings off. If it starts raining, put them back on again. I can wear these all the time. And I can also wear, if I've got them here, yeah, these are what I wore on the Helm Crag wild camp. These are just carry more running leggings basically, but I find them really comfortable. They dry really quick. They were all right under my other waterproof leggings, but I'll be able to wear these under this for extra warmth, or I can just wear these on their own. So that's what I went for. Again, not cheap, but my parents very kindly bought them for me. So thanks Mum and Dad. I'm sure they're going to be great. We're yet to find out. Should have been next week. Fleece, sort of Polartec, thin gloves. I bought some merino wool undies because they say don't wear cotton. These are miles better. So I invested in a decent pair of merino wool undies. Yet to try them, but look all right. These are just spare socks. These are sort of liner socks. I don't think these are merino wool. They might be, I can't remember now, but they're good ones. I paid quite a bit for these. So they go under my normal hiking socks. These are just wool ones that I've got. These are spare ones. I do have another pair that I wear with my Scarpa boots, which are merino wool, but they're really nicely padded. Again, good quality sock. So again, I spent quite a lot of them. I think on things like that, you do need to spend a bit of money to get, because you need to be comfy, especially feet when it comes to your feet. Blue bag. Blue bag is my water filter. It's the water filter that everybody has, which I've briefly forgotten the name of. Sawyer. Got the Sawyer filter with the little bag and the little tube flush out. I don't really need to take that, but I just thought I'd keep everything together. And I've also got, this is something I've had from my bushcrafting days, is a Milbank bag. If you don't know what a Milbank bag is, it's what the army use. It's like a canvas bag. You soak it, absolutely soak it wet through in wherever it is, a stream or the lake, otherwise it doesn't work. This is something, you wouldn't use this if you're in a rush. This is just something if you've got time. If you get a water source that's really full of all sorts of grit and leaves and all sorts of different stuff, you filter your water through that into a container and it just takes out all the silt, all the bits and pieces, and you've got pure water coming out, and then you can filter it through the Sawyer filter and then it's perfectly filtered. Nothing worse than just getting to your water source and it's just full of debris and you think it's going to clog my filter. That would just take it out. Maybe a bit of overkill. I did take a Nalgene bottle with me, which are great. It fitted my rucksack, no problem. But then I found these in my garage. First aid. Water pouches. I'm not sure how much they take. Half a litre, maybe less. But the fittings are exactly the same as these. So the Sawyer filter fits on these as well. So I thought 2 of those either side of my rucksack. It's going to be plenty of water, and then if I need to filter any, one being red, I could just fill that with dirty manky water, get it, put it in my rucksack, and then when I get to camp I know the red one is the filthy water, then I can filter it. So that's my water system. Whilst you're watching this, if you're thinking, whoa, don't do that, you need this, or yeah, that's good, but what about this? Please leave a comment below. Wild camping, I've camped for years, but wild camping is relatively new. I'm really starting to enjoy it. So if you've got any tips or advice for my kit or anything really, just leave a comment below. I'd really appreciate that. It's the tent. It's the Banshee 200. It's the version with the door on either side. I'm not sure whether that's the older or the newer version, but anyway, starting to lose my voice here. So yeah, that's my tent. I've took it out of its standard bag. I've put it in this. It's more waterproof, and I can really pack it right down. So that's my tent. Got the poles to go with it. Currently, the tent pegs are just the standard tent pegs, which, you know, they're all right. So this is probably something I might look into as regards lightening the load. Get some lighter pegs, some titanium ones or something like that. Any suggestions? Leave me a comment. I also bought, to go with the Banshee, Delta ground pegs. I had heard good reports about these. If you're ever in really high winds, then these really anchor your tent down so the pegs don't rip out. I've got 5 of those because the Banshee has 2 guys at the front, 2 guys sort of at the side, at the back, and then there's 1 in the middle as well. So I thought 5 will just cover the main guy points, and hopefully it'll keep the tent in one place. So again, they're quite bulky, but inside there's 5 in there in just that little pouch, stops them from jabbing into anything. So that's my Delta ground pegs. All the links for these will be down in the description below if you want to take a closer look. Right, another pouch. Just got a little carabiner thing on the top. I'm putting this, not there for a reason. In here, this is just my, I don't even know what to call this. This is my stuff kit bag. Basically, got a head torch, Alp kit again. I am looking for a new head torch. I'm going to go for an all white one of the really bright ones. But this one's fine. It's got the red setting on it, so for at night I can have it in red light. I bought this second hand, cost me £5 I think. Works great. I've got some bungee cord because next time I go out, I'm hoping to try and create some kind of porch area, or an extended porch area for cooking in if it's raining. I don't know whether it'll work. I've never tried it. If you've got a Van Gogh Banshee and you've done a similar thing, then please leave a comment below. So that's why that's in there. My thermometer, indoor outdoor thermometer. It's got its little probe that I can just leave outside the tent so I know what the temperature's been like in the night. I've got my Olight lantern. Again, fairly weighty, but it's alright, it's good. Used it on the last camp, really liked it, so that's that. What we've got here, fire steel, that's for my stove in case the piezo starter fails, that's what that's for. Batteries for my thermometer, and some earplugs if it's really windy in the night. I thought earplugs would be a great little addition just to give me a better night's sleep, because one thing I did learn on my last wild camp was there's nothing more important than a good night's sleep. If you don't get a good night's sleep, it's a really long night and it's not great. So that's what that's for. First aid kit, standard. If you get a first aid kit, one of these stock first aid kits, take everything out, go through it, know what's in there, and then add in your own stuff. Different people may take different medication, have different reason for taking stuff. You might struggle with your feet and you might need something for your feet. Customise your first aid kit, tailor it to yourself. I very rarely take medication. Even if I've got a headache, I never take paracetamol. But if I ever get into a situation where I've really got a banging headache, put some in. But don't put a big pack of like 9 in. Cut it down to maybe 2 and cut the corners off. This little sharp corner, cut the corner, round the corners off and put them in. Personalise your first aid kit. This is the brew kit. Brilliant, I absolutely love it. Poor man's jet boil, call it what you like. I really like it. I've got the little C100 gas canister. It's already fixed onto the burner. It's all in there, and I've got a collapsible cup and a pot and a little stand, tripod stand that the gas canister sits in. I really like that. I really like it. Map, compass, whistle, paper map. Always take a paper map. I have downloaded the this version of the OS map onto my phone, so if when I'm out I can see where I am. It tells me exactly where I am on the map, but I can always cross-reference it to the paper map. Plus you can share your location on the OS app on your phone, so when I get to where I'm camping, I can share the location with my parents or whoever. They know exactly where I am at that particular moment in time. So if I ever don't return or whatever, they can send out the relevant people to come and find me. at my last known location, so that's always handy. But always take a paper map, compass, whistle, just common sense really. Trowel, we all know what that's for. This is just a standard rubber handled aluminium garden trowel. It's quite weighty, it's very strong, it will definitely do the job, but it's quite weighty. So I will be investing in a lightweight backpacking trowel, but one that works, because I've seen some out there that look really awkward to use and uncomfortable. So that's something I always take, but I will be swapping that out at a later date to save on weight. And to go with that, this is my no, it's not, it's my toilet kit. It is what it is. Toilet paper, hand sanitizer, little cigarette lighter to burn the paper afterwards if required. I've only ever had to use that once. I've been lucky, shall we say. Food wise, this is just for keeping my snacks in. I've got some hot chocolate, cereal bars, and also I treated myself to a titanium long handled spoon. I did use the spork on my last one, and it's just not quite long enough. So if you're using one of the trail meal packs, it just doesn't quite get to the bottom and you get all bits on your hand, and long handled spoon, titanium. So that was another addition. Treated myself. So I've still got plenty of room in there to put more snacks if need be. This is my food bag. I bought myself chocolate pudding, treat, because these aren't cheap, but I thought, you know what, I'll treat myself. So chocolate pudding, look what I found, look what we found, chicken casserole. I do like these, they're great. You can just rip them open, put them in boiling water in your jet boil or your brew kit, boil them up and eat them straight out of the bag. So I do like those. I did make myself, I had a bit of time on my hands, a little cozy made with an old Amazon bubble wrap envelope, some tin foil and gaffer tape. So it's basically 2 sheets of the bubble wrap envelope, foil in between, and then just wrapped and secured with the gaffer tape, and that will fit in there. It'll keep it warm. If that's hot, I can hold on to that, not burn my hands, and then just eat out of that. Sometimes you have to put these dry meals, you have to put water in, zip them up and leave them for a few minutes inside there. I don't know, it might speed the process up, and it just keeps it. I just thought it was a nice handy little thing, that. That's it for that. I'll probably add some more bits and pieces in there, like bananas and sweets, maybe a few other snacks when I actually do go, but that'll just be my food pack for one night's camping. Tissues in a plastic bag for a runny nose. This is something I got sent this years ago, never used it, but I always take it. Really, I don't want to use it. It's like a survival kit. It's got a reflective side, so you can use it for signalling. Inside there's just all sorts. There's a pouch of water, emergency water, Kendall mint cake, windproof matches, survival bag, like a foil bag. I've put a little penknife in there. There's just all sorts of stuff in there, just stuff that if I ever get stuck, I know I've got that just to keep me going. So it always goes with me in my rucksack, but I've never had to use anything out of it yet, and that's the way I want it to stay. I decided to take a windshield on my next camp. The brew kit is really good, and same with the jet boil, I would have assumed. When it's screwed in, it does protect it from the wind, but I just thought having that might give it a bit of extra protection, make it a bit more efficient. And also I thought, if I've got my tent open, I can put that like that and put my lantern in there, pardon me, it'll just reflect the light back into the tent. So I thought that, and I could stove reflect the heat back into the tent as well. I know there's smaller ones on the market and probably better ones, but it's not heavy. This will be my sort of electronics, so I'll probably keep my phone in here. I've got my voltaic power bank. I did take the solar panel on the last trip. Did I? Yeah, I did. I took the solar panel on the last trip. Didn't need it. I've got 2 of these, so if these are charged up, that's going to keep me going. Just to make sure my phone's charged, because I do all my filming with my phone. My GoPro, which I'm going to start using more. So I'm now going to be taking a GoPro with me. This is on like a selfie stick. I'll put more stuff in there. I've got my mic, which I'm currently using. Mic reel, that'll go in here. So that's what that bag's going to be for. All my electronics. Coming to the end now. In here, this is my beanie hat, my snood. I've got some Montane Pertex mittens. I've got a mozzie net to go over my head, and something else. Oh, balaclava. Yeah, balaclava, so if it gets really bad conditions, I can put the balaclava on. I've got my beanie hat to sleep in. Of course, I have to take this. This has been with me longer than I can remember. 30 odd years I've had this. That's where the name came from, Jester Bushcraft. This is where it all stemmed from, this hat. So that'll be going with me, which brings me on to the last item, which is all going to go in. I did mention on the Helm Crag video that this was a 75 litre bag. It's not. It's the Grand Tour 70 litre. I do have the 55 litre as well, exactly the same, but 55 litre. But I decided I needed a slightly bigger bag, so I went for this one. Second hand, great bag, really like using it. Yeah. Oh, in there I've got the cover, rucksack cover, which what I'll do is when I go on the next camp, I'll just take out what I need and then I'll just put the cover on and just leave this outside. I might peg it down so it doesn't blow away if it gets really windy. Just give me some extra space inside the Banshee, because they're not the biggest of tent. I could put it in the porch area, but if I need to put my boots and I'm cooking, I'll just leave this outside. Like I say, the foam roll just sits under there with the straps, and everything goes in there. What I'll probably do now is I'll probably pack everything into the bag and just do a final weight on all this kit and see what it comes to. Right, I hope you can see this okay. So you see there, the pillow, there's like a little, I don't know, a little area there. There's a little baffle, which I'm getting in there. That just sits in there perfect. But if you look underneath, you can see that's where my mat finishes. There's the foil mat. There's the, so the pillow just comes, this is where the end of the air mattress finishes, and then I've got that, and it all just sits perfectly on the hood of the bivvy bag. And I've climbed in there, and it just all ties in perfect. I'm really pleased with that, because if that was on the air mattress, it would be raising it up slightly. That just sits in there, and for me that lie is perfect. So I'm hoping that is going to make a real difference, and that's going to give me a really good night's sleep. Right, okay, I've got everything packed in now. Got my weighing scales here, just over 15 kilos, so I could do with reducing that, to be honest. Right, well there you go, that's the run through of all the kit I would have been taking next week. Slightly more than I would have hoped, 15 kilos. Could do with bringing that down a little bit, so maybe I need to take a closer look at some of the kit I'm taking and see where I can reduce some weight. I have added the water into those two pouches, so that will be adding extra weight, so maybe that's something I could do with looking at. and maybe I could reduce some weight in other areas. If you can suggest any, then please leave a comment below. I'll be interested to hear if you've got any advice or suggestions. So sadly, no wild camp next week, but at least we've had a chance to look at the kit. So I hope you enjoyed that. If you did, then please give us a thumbs up. Like I said earlier, if you're new to the channel, then please hit the subscribe button down below, and don't forget to click on that bell icon so you don't miss out on my next video. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.